Thank you, Mr. Charles Edam, for this opportunity to do this video. My name is Professor Sarah Uni. This is my colleague, Professor Marilyn Leask. We're both professors of education. We are both teachers and have been classroom school teachers for many years. We're both working mothers. We have 10 children and grandchildren between us, and we're the co-chairs of the Education Futures Collaboration charity. We are seeking solutions to what we perceive as the biggest barrier, which is about keeping teachers' knowledge up to date so that we can educate children for tomorrow and not educate them for the past. To this end, our solution is mapping educational specialist know-how for teachers called MESH.
So we're doing this video together because our lifelong educational journey has been one of collaboration since 1995. We were fortunate enough to be the British representatives on the establishing of the European School Net, which used digital technologies to innovate in education for the purposes of improving teaching and learning in the school sector.
Our personal education stories are very important to us because it enabled us to actually lead completely different lives to the ones we would have had. I grew up on a very small island in the North Sea, 4 miles by 9, and the prospects for women were very, very limited. For me, I knew that education was my route off of the island and onto the mainland, and I was strongly encouraged by my father, who every evening would say to me, "Sarah, what have you learnt today?" And I realised that I could learn no matter what.
I grew up in an entirely different location and country. I grew up in rural Australia. The secondary school was built just in time for me to be one of the first intake of pupils. I'm eternally grateful to my mother, who lobbied the state government to build a secondary school for my generation. I left school without going to university. My family, people around me, didn't have a clue what university was. I did most of my higher education when coming to Britain, undertaking a degree with the Open University and studying part-time for 20 years. Sarah as well studied part-time for her PhD, and so we understand the value of those opportunities to teachers everywhere. Our passion is to make research knowledge easily available to teachers, learners and communities everywhere using low-cost, sustainable solutions and, of course, using digital technologies.
Our vision with the MESH Guides is that we can create a bridge between research and research knowledge and teachers. We're aware that in medicine, the medics already have this and practitioners have access to their own knowledge base. Our vision is that by having translational research in education, we translate research on the one side of the bridge to practitioners and teachers on the other side of the bridge. So by developing a Wikipedia-style, quality-assured knowledge base, we can do this for teachers everywhere. We've developed online flowcharts that give access to the latest research that can be available at the touch of a button.
So our lifelong educational journey is working with experts all around the world to identify the knowledge, the latest knowledge that teachers need to improve the educational outcomes of those learners that they are teaching. Our initiative has worked with volunteers, steadily testing out ideas, developing solutions. You can be part of that. We need people and organisations everywhere contributing their research-based knowledge. You're welcome to join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We nominate Professor James O'Mara, the President of the International Council on Education for Teaching, and Professor Navi Buks Jumani from the International Islamic University in Islamabad. Both were founder members of the MESH initiative, and both have been giving ongoing support to this drive to improve educational outcomes through sharing knowledge openly worldwide. Thank you.